Oh god, Theo. We're gonna be here forever. Welp. Get the popcorn ready, guys.
I see you've brought guests.
Maybe Theo's playing Shadow Priest. Probably not, though. Mana or tempo? I think mana. That seems good. For a deck where, you know, I can repeat stuff. I don't like these too much. I don't have... I actually do have a mech. And I can make it copy the light show. You know what? Okay. Now, normally I want to be doing skeleton stuff with this deck. But... are we making a pivot to light show mage? I think so. Now, normally I wouldn't play this slow because I need to fight for board, but I know my opponent's playing a control deck because it's Theo. And, you know, they have 35 health and 40 cards. So, this could be interesting. Now, it could get silenced, but that's fine. Probably doesn't get silenced. Okay, okay. And I still have spent 100% of my mana so far. Let's... none of the newly buffed cards are that relevant. I'm inclined to agree. And Maiden. So I actually have seen Control Priest start running some of this. Well, on Twitter anyways. I haven't actually seen it in game. But I was curious if a cycle heavy list was a bit better. I need to trade this off before playing the light show. I also don't have to play the light show here, but I will. Because I want a 3-3. I could make a 2-2 here, but I think I just ping. Okay. Another audio splitter, you say? Okay. I don't particularly want to Arcane Bolt this and summon a small minion. But that also means I have to discover something small with a Vizier. So because of that, I actually won't play the Vizier here. I do want to copy the Light Show. So I actually will play the Arcane Bolt here, even though it's kind of poopy. Purposely making a weaker play so that I can force the copy on Light Show. Kind of spicy, huh? And I have a second keyboard. That's probably fine. Well, Theo does have a bit of a wombo combo here. Alright, let's start showing some lights. Now, I could save these for, like, Savara, but I might never draw Savara, so I think I'm just going to tempo this out. I could just trade ping. The problem is if I let him discover identity thefts, he could start late showing me back, which I don't like that much. I think I just ship one. It also gains me armor. Do we ever bolt or audio splitter? Nah. I'm not too concerned if they silence it. This game's gonna go on long, so I don't think he wants to just silence that, because I imagine he thinks that's not my primary win condition, and it's not. I think it's better to silence a board of skeletons later and save yourself a lot of health that way. But, I don't know, who knows? It depends how much I think I can copy the light show. Because I absolutely could have, held the light show until, even if I draw, like, Fizzle, that'd be a way to capitalize off of it, right? Not gonna play the Deathborn here on an empty board. I will, however, play a Sunwell. I mill a card. That'll be okay most of the time. Or I just set up to do it next turn. I think I set up to do it next turn. Because I actually don't want to mill a card. Play it slow. Okay, okay. Now, I have to remember that every card, including the Sunwell itself, every card from the Sunwell will be going to Grand Magister Rawmath's into Grand Magister Rawmath's spell pool. So it could get wacky. No dirty rats for you. Not a bad read, though, because I have two cards that have been here in a while, so it could be like a Rawmath or a KT. Wouldn't be a Savara, because I would have played Savara, but you could have a read on a big minion, which I don't have. You got the turn limit twice against Priest this season. I have not hit the turn limit against an opponent in literal years. Huh. I have seen some screenshots of people hitting the turn limit in this meta. In specific matchups. Torture at that point. Herald of Light. Okay, spicy. Alchemist, meh. Is this a good Deathborn board? Not really. Anti-magic shell. That seems pretty good here, huh? I will do that.
A smidge of this, a pinch of that.
These cards all kind of suck. I don't want gifts because I don't actually need to draw. Probably this one. Do I pre-bump? Sure. Anti-magic monkeys. Yeah, that's an option. Vessel is nice too, actually, because it delays fatigue twice. Once when I play the Vessel, and twice the second time when I play Rawmath. Assuming I get to play Rawmath and it doesn't get dirty ratted later. Oh, you're right, actually. For it to actually work, I would have to fill my hand when I draw it, that it burns. Good call, good call. Savara. The thing is, I don't want these in my Savara. Jellyfish I also don't want in my pool. Actually, Jellyfish in the pool is fine, because Rawmath could Jellyfish my board, and then the light shows do more. Okay, fine. Haven't found an opportunity for Deathborn yet. I would, yes, I shouldn't say I forgot. I should say maybe repressed. I did enjoy that meta because it was control, but I do agree that like the Elysiana bounces were kind of silly. I think having access to an Elysiana was fine, but being able to bounce it was just a little silly. Okay. I think I just take this Deathborn because I don't know when else I'm gonna get one. And then we can end the turn with Infinitize the Maxitude. Rewind? Maybe get some light shows. Touch gives me some longevity in the game, but I'm pretty excited to get some light shows, so I'm gonna do that. Honestly, there's quite a few high quality things I have in the rewind. Identity theft. That was I do remember that being unironically run in an MT. All right, I guess an MT qualifiers. What a time to be alive. Dr. Boom scheme. What's interesting is the harmonic dissonant card, like the pop thing is the bully, because it doesn't quite make sense.
Smidge of this, a pinch of that.
I want to get this wrong because I don't want to mill. They would never pick Switcheroo, would they? The thing is, they could pick Switcheroo, because they can afford to draw cards. I want to get this wrong, but I don't think I am going to get it wrong. Should baited. Please don't mill something important. I don't want to be there anymore. God damn. Don't want to be there anymore, guy. I don't want to be there anymore.
It's only a game. Why you have to be mad?
Now my win condition is Kel'Thuzad and or enough value with Infinitize the Maxitude. I could get to a point where I just get enough light shows, but we'll see. actually happen. Yep. Yes, it did. But that's okay. I'm not getting mad today. We're having fun today. Fun. I cannot kill that. This has a Sunken Vessel, a Deathborn, and some other card. Oh. Right. I could leave it up for a turn, right? Early. In order to be mana efficient. This game does get a lot harder without raw math. I was banking on 3 light shows in there, each of which do what? 2, 4. Each raw math was 3 pyroblasts, randomly distributed, but 30 is a lot. Could have been more even because I had a jellyfish in there. This is more mana efficient. Instead of the cold case. Cold case is similar tempo because these are 3/3s, and this juices up the KT, but I don't have KT yet anyways, so it's rather spend more mana. Okay, so Theo is running 2 shards. My raw math! Damn it! Cannibalize, that's fine. KT can be a game ender. I think it's okay to leave the jellyfish up to get another Infinitize card. Like, technically, yeah. I don't have to kill it, but it means they can Holy Nova, for example. I don't know the list that Theo's running. He could be running Holy Nova, because that's a list. I think some of the recent lists are running Holy Nova. And then suddenly it's not just, you know, a 4-1 up, and I get an extra spell, but I also lose my board, which I normally wouldn't. So I think it's fine to do this instead. I don't think 1 extra Infinitize the Maxitude card is going to be the difference this game. I think it's just going to be stay ahead long enough and then end it with KT. Cards. I guess I just ship a Deathborn this turn. Gives me a lot of skeletons. Doesn't do that much damage, but I don't care. It juices the KT, which is currently my win condition. It's interesting because this control deck isn't the best at generating tempo. It's good at getting a lot of removal and surviving, but it can struggle. Like if all my damage is gonna be from hand with this KT, board doesn't matter, does it? Roll. Get some monkeys. And I can Infinitize the Max too. Wisdom? This is damage, but I want to find light shows. Okay. I was thinking a very similar thing, Sean. When I named the deck, I was like, you know what? 1812 Overture is quite long, but I'm sure we could find a game that lasts 15 minutes. This game will likely end up being more than 50 minutes. Yeah. It's funny because the 4 health on the monkeys is actually a break point for them to hit in with a 3/4. pool. I lose a prismatic this way, which means I start fatiguing faster. You see. Now I could get a Theotard here, which I'm sure is in the ETC, and I could lose Infinitize the Maxitude. I guess Geyser. I don't really need more alibis, and Gateway doesn't help me, so. Okay. Surely this rewind will get me a light show, right? Extra Deathborn's fine. Do this, ship a cold case. And then I can ping or Infinitize, but then I mill. And I don't want to mill another card, so I'm just going to ping. I can still win even if the Infinitized Maxitude goes against Theotard. Because at this point, I'm getting a lot of skeletons set up for the Kel'Thuzad leader. If he's playing careful enough, you think we can get to the tournament? I don't think that's the case. The tournament is quite long. Like, each of us has to have, what, 40 turns? That's not trivial. Right? I will fatigue long before that happens. One more Dirty Rat? Sure, but, like, when I draw the KT, I'm going to play it. Also, he doesn't know when I'm going to have drawn the KT. I don't have a way to make my deck bigger. Or relatively bigger to the point where it offsets the fatigue till I get to the turn limit timer. I can add a snapshot to my deck, and like the sunken scroll that I had from the scroll, but otherwise I will die to fatigue. I think I just should Deathborn whenever I can. Because I'm not always going to have Deathborn on both boards. And I effectively am going to have an OTK with KT. So I should just get the Skellies when I can. I was considering doing some other plays, freezing it with the Sanctum, which also adds a skeleton, but Deathborn's going to be hard to activate without killing off my own board, and that was an acceptable opportunity to do so.
A smidge of this, a pinch of that.
Aha! I only have 8 cards, so I can't mill my relevant card now, even if I incorrectly guess incorrectly. Or incorrectly guess correctly. No, incorrectly guess incorrectly, which means I would guess correctly. What I don't want. Actually, this time I could do it, if it's just one Alchemist value. Drive to deck then? I could. Yeah, you're right, I could, absolutely. Get to that KT faster. I could also just pull the Vessel, just give me some 3/3s. I would like... Well, my initial thought was I wanted to correctly guess incorrectly, but I don't mind getting an extra card. Shard, or one of the shards. Now we're in a race for him to play the 3 horsemen he has before I can AT him. I don't want to spend 5 mana on this. I don't care about this, so I don't actually want these. I'm just going to pick this. Okay.
Yes, that's the one.
Like another Deathborn angle. Okay. And I'm okay getting the Theft even if it is correct, because it's a 1 mana card I can dump, so I was that if I did guess that correctly. Hey Sherwood, how's it going? Thanks for the raid. Welcome, Raiders. Hope you had a good stream. Good luck today. Thank you. I will need it. This is concerning because if I kill off Korthas, they can play the other Deathman and then like cannibalize it, and then I lose, which I don't like. So I need this not to die. Means I'm gonna do this. I can also find a polymorph here, huh? I should do that first.
A pinch of that.
These are not polymorphs. I actually don't want explosive runes, because then they can just play the horseman and then kill off this guy, which I don't want. I don't particularly want to stun wall either, but... Do I dump the alibi so he can't identity theft anymore? I think so. I just have tempo here. We'll make some hand space though. He could play the Final Horseman and Shredder Word Ruin. He has one discovered card here on the left that could be from Ruin. But it's not very likely. Yeah, Sunwolf could absolutely give Polly stuff. Alright. Thanks again, Ishwood. Good one. Okay. Ooh, spicy. So this is a very draw-intensive deck. Okay. I believe he's out of alibis here. That's unfortunate. Okay. I am still going to be fatiguing, but I do have quite a bit of value. Okay. Didn't get Infinitize the Maxitude. That's quite good. Losing Rewind kind of sucks, because that was going to be pretty nice for me. But okay. I don't actually want to draw minions, so this isn't getting played for a while. I can get some extra value with this. This could be kind of spicy later on. This matchup is not worth the time. Kind of relative, isn't it? Let's check this wisdom box. That could be spicy. Synthesize could also be spicy. Okay. I will actually draw the Sunken Vessel here. Because this is going to get drawn anyways, right? This doesn't actually make me draw extra cards. Or am I crazy? Do I still draw off of that? No, I do. I actually do draw off of that. But am I stupid? If I draw this naturally from my deck, it draws a card. If I Thrive it, Thrive draws me a card. But it would have been the card that I draw off the vessel anyways. No, I don't draw an extra card by Thriving the vessel. Am I crazy? Because the draw from the vessel is just procced earlier with a Thrive. It doesn't like proc it and then I draw it again later in Fatigue. It's the same. By playing Thrive, I draw a card. Sure, but the card I draw is the card that would draw again anyways. Like, not again, but it's the same. It's just that if I don't play Thrive, Sunken Vessel will draw once into Fatigue. If I play it now, it draws a different card instead. It will still draw me a card whenever it gets cast. So I don't actually draw an extra card this way. I just draw differently. I have Fizzle too, which is kind of spicy. Sure. I don't really have many minions left. So I could save Melomania for Fizzle. Where are we at with these? Not. I think I'll just... Not what I want. I can snap freeze that at least. Huh. Do I just cash in on this now? I don't know if it'll be useful later. I don't really have minions to use this off. I guess I could use it later with that Sunken Vessel, so I don't have to do it now. And then this way I get an Infinitize the Maxitude. Yeah, that's smarter. Okay. This game! I think I'm currently winning. But it's hard to tell because I'm not actually summoning more. I'm not really getting more minions right now. So these Frozen Touches, even though they're useful up until this point, they're not actually... Like, I'm not going to be able to use... I'm not going to be able to repeat them that easily. And my hand's a little awkward for Fizzle because there's a lot of junk in my hand. Lurgy as well. I have 5 here, and then I have 6, 6, 6. 18 plus 5 is 23. I do believe that that is enough. What was this game? My Kel'Thuzad got dirty ratted. I milled my Grandmaster Romath, and we still just get there? Huh. This deck has a lot of value.